Save $2 on fresh certified Angus beef top round steak, $6.99 per pound. On the vine tomatoes, just $2.69 per pound. Only $1.09 for a 12-ounce tin of ShopRite evaporated milk. Save $1.20 on Charmin Ultra Soft Toilet Tissue, $4.99 for a package of 4 rolls. Save $2.60 on selected varieties of Tide laundry detergent, $11.99 for a 46-ounce bottle. All Marketplace stores open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
Good evening, everyone. It's Wednesday, October 11th, 2017. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for joining us. Police tonight are investigating the sudden death of a 42-year-old St. George's man. However, his death is not considered to be suspicious at this time. Mr. Wilfred de Graaf passed away after being taken to the King Edward Memorial Hospital on Friday, October 6th. Police say an autopsy has been performed and the results are pending. It is understood that Mr. McGrath recently traveled to Canada and returned to the island on September 26. Again, while his death is not being treated as suspicious, police would like to speak with anyone who may have seen Mr. McGrath since his return to Bermuda or who may have information about the circumstances leading up to his death. If you can assist, do contact Detective Inspector Nicholas Pedro on the main police number 295-0011 or alternatively the Crime Stoppers hotline on 800-8477. Any information regarding this matter will be dealt with in the strictest confidence. Our sincere condolences to the family and friends of Mr. McGrath. Elsewhere tonight, an indication from the government that it is alarmed over the state of transport in Bermuda and it intends to take action soon. It came today from Walter Raban, the Minister of Transport and Regulatory Affairs, who announced that speed cameras and license plate recognition is likely to be implemented. Additionally, the much talked about roadside sobriety testing initiative is on its way to a street near you. Here's the Minister speaking at the AB Place Media Room today on the future of transport.
The government will have to consider making driver's education a requirement earlier in life, and it is becoming clear that speed cameras and license plate recognition technology are becoming what we need to consider and possibly will become a reality. In addition, we are committed to working with the police to implement roadside sobriety testing in this parliamentary year.
The minister also placing attention on the plight of public bus service, conceding the island has not kept up with demand, thanks in part to a reduced number of mechanics.
So we have moved quickly to source local mechanics to expedite and repair our buses. We determined the need for even more personnel dedicated to maintenance of our fleet. After having become government, we discovered that more than 14 positions, funded positions, were left vacant due to the government's hiring freeze. This has clearly affected our ability to have proper maintenance, having almost half of the required maintenance staff not there, despite the post being funded. The hiring freeze has now been lifted, thankfully, for the Department of Public Transport, which allows the ministry to get on with hiring the needed staff and to keep our buses on the road and working towards having as much of the fleet as we can on the road.
Elsewhere, opposition Senator Nick Kemp, the former chairman of the Bermuda Economic Development Corporation, is frustrated tonight over the lack of activity with the board. He said in the Senate recently that the board still does not have a chairman after he was removed from the position following the general election. Mr. Kemp told senators that the corporation's progress should not have been slowed just because he was removed.
Basically, the concern was that it seemed to be a cut first, measure later approach, and the BDC board's a very active board. Small business and the empowerment services for them is a critical tool for economic empowerment in Bermuda, and the board's the organization's hands are tied to a certain extent without an active board. This isn't the type of board that meets every quarter. It meets 2 to 3 times a month. And the board was basically told that they weren't needed anymore within the week after the election. And we're sitting here at the 10th of October, 11th of October, and there still isn't a replacement. So, we could have done this in a much more meaningful manner without it being devolved into this feeling of kind of political vengeance that happens and just worsens the debate. They could have waited until they knew who was going to be replaced and then replaced the board. And that would have been a much more sensible solution.
You also went into small business and the area of small businesses.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about the programs. I've got a lot of time for the BEDC. I think they do excellent work there, and I was frustrated by seeing that a key part of the governance structure had essentially been, nullified or beheaded, and it seemed imprudent as an approach to handling governance transition.
Mm-hmm. Did you make any recommendation?
No, I said, I said I'm here for helping the new chair transition. I had zero expectation that I would remain, given that I'm politically involved, but the rest of my board was not. And they gave a lot of their time, respected business professionals, and I was fully expecting, having been asked to step down in the week after the election, that the replacement was ready to go and I would be able to hand over some of the issues we were dealing with, do some transition work, and to date, the board hasn't been gazetted. So there's not even enough members left for a quorum, so they can't even have meetings.
And there was one bill on the agenda for today. That's the, I believe, Corporate Service Providers Act?
Yep. And that was tightening up a previous iteration of the act, just to bring it into compliance with anti-money laundering, anti-terrorist funding measures that we need to do to meet our review a year from now.
And stay with us. More news coming up after the break.
Sears is Bermuda's largest home appliance store with over 200 appliances in our showroom. We have refrigerators and freezers, gas ovens and electric ranges, washers and dryers. Sears has a wide selection of craftsman's tools and accessories. Beautify your home with our lawn and garden tools. We have everything you need for outdoor entertaining. Located at 41 Victoria Street, Sears is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sears, reliable delivery, quality service, and everyday low prices.
When you shop online, the cheapest, quickest, and easiest way to bring your packages into Bermuda is with U.S. Express at mailboxes.
I enjoy the service a lot. It's very fast.
U.S. Express is always on time, and they always call you to come get your goods on time.
The cashback, when you get enough deliveries, is really nice. It's an added bonus.
Sign up for a U.S. Express account at www.mailboxesunlimited.com today.
If you're looking for extra savings and free benefits
With car insurance
and home insurance,
Colonial has just the cover you need.
there's a free $250 gift voucher for new home insurance customers too, and 10% car insurance discount if you have home insurance.
With a claim service that's quick and friendly,
We call it cover without added costs.
call for a quote on 296-3700 or visit cgigroup.com.
Colonial, where people come first.
2 hurricanes have devastated large parts of the Caribbean. Now Bermuda has a chance to help out. On Thursday, October the 12th, Bermuda Broadcasting will host the West Indian Association's live telethon in aid of Caribbean hurricane relief, Give from the Heart. Live from 6 p.m. on ZFB TV 7 and Power 95 FM radio. It will include music, exclusive reports, and eyewitness accounts. Show your support on Thursday and give from the heart.
Come tomorrow evening from 6 o'clock, we urge you to stop whatever you're doing and tune into ZFB TV 7 for the West Indian Association Telethon in aid of the hurricane-stricken Caribbean islands. Gary Marino spoke to Bermuda Broadcasting CEO Patrick Singleton about this worthy event.
Well, by now, you should be more than aware of the destruction and loss of life which have affected our Caribbean cousins with the passing of Hurricanes Maria and Jose. Several agencies from the island have already been engaged in assisting with the recovery effort, but now the West Indian Association in Bermuda is giving you a chance to do your part. Bermuda Broadcasting CEO Patrick Singleton has been working behind the scenes to make tomorrow evening's event come to fruition.
We're part of the community, and I think it's important that as a public broadcaster that we're part of the fabric of the community. So as someone who's part of the International Olympic Committee, we're seeing athletes down there in great need in Dominica, in St. Martin, in BVI, in U.S. Virgin Islands, in Puerto Rico, in Turks and Caicos, and they're telling us these terrible events that have happened. So when the West Indian Association reached out to me and reached out to the Bermuda Broadcasting Company, we jumped on it immediately and said, absolutely, we'll help you in any way we can. We'll facilitate a broadcast on TV and radio, whatever we can do to help.
And as might be expected, the telethon is shaping up to be must-see TV.
Gary, you're hosting it, so a fantastic broadcast. So there's a lot of acts, there's a lot of people coming down. We have the governor, we have a number of celebrities in Bermuda, we have some fantastic performers and auctions and so on. So I think it'll be an entertaining night for Bermuda, and hopefully Bermudians will, contribute to the funds. We have, a rich diaspora that comes from the Caribbean, and so, if we can help them, we know that they would help us in our time of need. So it's time for us to look after our friends and family down there.
Power girl Patrina Painter will also be hosting tomorrow night as the West Indian Association makes a bid to raise as much as it can for the hurricane-stricken islands. But there is a specific target in mind.
The West Indian Association is running the financial side. I believe they have auditors from one of the top 4 accounting firms. Their target is $100,000, and I know that there are companies out there looking to donate. The Bermuda Broadcasting Company is giving everything no cost. Our staff are very kind to donate their time. I know that other companies such as Digicel and Great Sound and others are coming on board to provide assistance. Our own Ian Rollins has said he will do 500 push-ups so we have to bid on that. So there's going to be a lot of entertainment through the night, and you're going to carry the broadcast beautifully. I know that.
Well, all that's left to say now is tune into TV7 at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening for the West Indian Association Hurricane Relief Telethon. Most importantly, though, we urge you to donate early and donate often with as much as you can. Gary Moreno, reporting for the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Indeed, tomorrow night should be a fantastic event. In other news, Belco workers seeking information from government on its intentions for the company, which is still awaiting a transmission distribution and retail license from the regulatory authority. Proper licensing from the regulatory authority, which will allow it to carry out the necessary upgrades to its outdated plant and equipment to ensure a safe and reliable electricity supply. Once again, Gary Moreno has the story.
Bermuda Broadcasting News has been reliably informed that senior members of the Electricity Supply Trade Union, or ESTU, earlier this week met with Acting Premier Walter Raban to discuss the situation surrounding Belco. It is understood another meeting was scheduled to take place today as the delegation from the ESTU, which represents Belco workers, were not satisfied with what they heard from Mr. Raban, whose ministerial portfolio includes the regulatory authority matters. The ESTU representatives, were told, sought to impress upon the acting premier the need to have action taken on Belco's generation and distribution equipment. As we've previously reported, the normal service life of the engines currently used by Belco is 30 years, with several of those engines having reportedly already gone past their 30-year lifespan and 2 others said to be close to it. We understand it took 89 days to have one engine repaired over the summer at what's been described as an astronomical cost. The ESTU representatives, were told, also sought to impress upon Mr. Raban the increasing cost faced by Belco to keep the aged equipment functioning, a situation which, if it continues, could see Belco customers having to reach deeper into their pockets to keep the lights on. Of particular importance, our source explains, is the issue of safety. Conditions inside Belco's generation facilities are reportedly posing an increasing threat to the safety and well-being of plant operators and other staff. Among them, MP Christopher Famous, who works as a plant specialist with the company. Elsewhere, our source telling us Mr. Raban was advised that the continued deterioration of Belco's facilities poses a threat to a safe and secure electricity to the island, but the threat to life and limb should be cause enough for the necessary permissions and approvals be granted to allow for Belco to carry out the necessary work in order to have this addressed. Even if approval were to be granted tomorrow, our source maintains, it will be a further 2 years before the upgrade can be completed, and every additional day of further delay only makes the threat of shutdown due to malfunctioning more real. It is understood the minister was informed there has never been a planned shutdown during any industrial relations dispute between Belco and the ESTU, but workers cannot be expected to perform at their highest level in the face of an ever-increasing threat to their safety and well-being while on the job. Our source made it clear, though, there was no threat made of industrial action. Gary Moreno, reporting for the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
And we're told the ESTU has been advised to meet with the regulatory authority to address their concerns, and efforts are underway to set a date for those discussions. And a brief note from Bermuda Skyport, the airport manager. A spokesperson says it has extended the contract for Bermuda Security Group, which is responsible for passenger and baggage screening. The contract for the security firm will now expire in 2020 when the new terminal is expected to be opened. Elsewhere, Bermuda reinsurance officials say Bermuda-based companies are on the hook for $25 billion to cover some of the losses related to Hurricanes Irma and Maria, which ravaged the Caribbean last month. The figure was revealed by the Association of Bermuda Insurers and Reinsurers, or ABER, which said Bermuda would be paying for roughly 25% of all Caribbean-related claims. Now let's turn over to the AccuWeather headquarters for the latest.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brittany Boyer. Hopefully you've had a great Wednesday so far. We take a look at what's going on with our conditions, and you can see a lot of the activity is to our south. Of course, we have a lot of deep tropical moisture to our south. That will start to creep into our area by the weekend. You can see just off to our north, we do have a cold front to our north and west. It should stay there, and then we will watch for that uptick in the moisture again once we head toward the weekend and also toward the end of the week as well. So we'll get through our current conditions right now across the island. Temperatures are in the upper 70s. The humidity at 68%. We're looking at winds between 5 to 10 knots out of the east, and the water nice and warm, 79.5 degrees. Waves inside the reef are between 1 and 2 feet. Outside, we're looking at those waves between 3 and 5 feet. So temperature-wise tonight, a couple degrees above normal for this time of the year for nighttime lows. We'll stay nice and quiet for tonight. Partly cloudy skies, 76 degrees our overnight low. We head into our forecast here in Hamilton for Thursday. Also staying pretty nice. Again, that frontal boundary will stay to our north, so expect a partly sunny day for your Thursday. Temperature of 80 degrees and our nighttime low of 74 as we get ready to head into Friday morning. Our marine conditions, no big issues out there on the waters here. We're looking at our high tide one coming in just after 2 o'clock on Thursday morning. Low tide one is at 8:28 tonight. So if you're heading out on the water, make sure you are using caution, but we're not dealing with any kind of tropical features that are going to impact our weather, but we will start to see an uptick in the moisture once we get into the weekend as that deep plume of moisture to our south starts to lift farther north as our high pressure that's keeping us dry starts to weaken. Here's the getaway forecast. If you're heading back to the U.S. mainland, New York City, 67 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Boston temperatures tomorrow are only going to be in the upper 50s, so it's quite cool there. And down in Southern California, or Southern Florida, I should say, in Miami, they are seeing some scattered showers and also some thunderstorms. But again, no real organized tropical features out here in the Atlantic Basin. We do have Tropical Storm Ophelia that is expected to become a hurricane. That's going to bring some rain out toward Portugal and Spain, but for us, not having any impacts here. Jamaica, 88 degrees currently, with some showers in spots. Your extended forecast here as we head into the weekend. That's when our next opportunity for some rainfall will be. For tomorrow, temperatures near 80, partly sunny skies. Then once we get into Friday evening, that's where we will see an uptick in the moisture. So those showers will be beginning. Temperatures falling to around 79 degrees, and we could see some showers Saturday, Sunday, also into Monday with that tropical moisture. It looks like Monday into Tuesday will be our wettest days here on the island, but we could certainly use any rainfall we can get. For the latest news and weather information, tune into these 3 local radio stations: Ocean 89, Power 95, and Inspire 105.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
Challenge, new adventures, forge lifelong friendships, and earn an extra $5,000 to $6,000 a year?
Good stuff.
Be a part of a proud and honorable legacy of service. The Royal Bermuda Regiment is seeking volunteers.
Let's go, guys!
Call us at 238-1045 or visit bermudaregiment.bm. The Royal Bermuda Regiment, your regiment.
Island Soul, where fashion meets comfort. Island Soul provides fashionable footwear hand-selected by our podiatrist that offers premium comfort. Located at 60 Victoria Street, Hamilton, Island Soul contains a friendly trained staff prepared to assist you with our vast selection of footwear, both male and female, with all sizes and widths available. Compression and travel socks, amongst other accessories, are also available in addition to a shoe modification and repair service, making Island Soul a one-stop shop for all your footwear needs.
Hi, I'm Charles Webb, inviting you to join me on Monday nights at 8 for Season 2 of Inside Bermuda Homes, starting October 16th, a program showing how Bermuda lives. That's Monday nights at 8 on ZBM TV 9, October 16th for Inside Bermuda Homes.
Comes in, and it's won by Clark, but put back in. Huddersfield have scored, and it is Naki Wells.
Naki Wells, 3-0.
Ball into the area, and again, and this time it's turned in by Naki Wells.
Let's check in with Earl Baisden for the latest from the sports desk.
And with that stroke of the pen, Brandon Smith King has become the Bermuda Olympic Association's project coordinator. Smith, when asked what she's hoping to accomplish in the early days, gave this passionate response.
Abroad for so many years and been involved with athletics and sports all my life as an athlete, coach, athletic administrator, and a mentor. I'm just really excited for the opportunity to try to make a change in Bermuda, to really focus on the positive things that have been happening and to continue to grow on that and to really build our programs from the ground up and to provide leadership and to provide whatever needs to be done for Bermuda, for the Bermuda Olympic Association to do their job and to really bring sports to the forefront in this island. I think it's time, and I think it's a wonderful opportunity for them to broaden what we do, to share, to coach, to teach, to develop, and to provide leadership. And so those are some of the things I've done in my career outside of Bermuda. So I'm really excited and delighted that now I have the opportunity to come home and help.
The Bermuda Football Association announced the Bermuda Women's Under-17 team that will represent Bermuda in the CONCACAF Caribbean Under-17 final round. The Bermuda Under-17 women's national team includes Zakari Turner, Gaia Malak, Danny Watson as the captain, Koa Goodchild, Lindsay Pacheco, Satya Burchell, Adia Gibbons, Trinae Edwards, Emily Cabral, Jaden Masters, Leilani Nisbeth, Nia Christopher, Shade Steed Hill, Jazay Smith, Caitlin Medeiros, Megan Titterton, Delia Eben, Tanae Mullen, Desiree Place, and Zakiah Lewis. 3 Corona League teams joined 9 First Division teams in the Bermuda Football Association's FA Challenge Cup preliminary draw. Footy Kings, Tough Dogs, and West End United will all test their skills against teams who are expected to be challenging for promotion spots at the end of this coming season. Shannon Burgess, the chairman of the Bermuda Football Association's Leagues and Competitions Committee, announced the matches.
Sunday, October 29th, we have St. George's Cricket Club versus Footy Kings, St. David's versus Tough Dogs, Wolves versus Hamilton Parish, Pettit versus Somerset Bridge, Devonshire Colts versus Southampton Rangers, and BA versus West End United.
Corona League defending champions West End United's coach John Aruda replied to the question of why they decided to enter the draw.
New committee member on board, Joe Pimentel, kind of said we had a good squad, try our chances, see how we fare with the Premier teams and First Division teams. Hope you could get past this round and on to the next.
Do you hope the BA overlooked you guys?
I hope so. We'll be ready for them. Trust me, we'll be ready.
Cool.
Elan Daly competed in the Far Western Swimming Championships recently, picking up 4 medals in 5 final appearances. She also set 6 new records along the way. Daly reached the 50-meter freestyle final, claiming the gold medal, touching the wall in a time of 27:35. Daly then captured her second gold medal during the 100-meter freestyle, where she broke a record with a time of 59:20. Daly would claim a silver medal after finishing second in the 100-meter backstroke in a record-breaking time of 1:08:16. She would then grab her second silver medal during the 200-meter individual medley with yet another record-breaking performance, clocking 2:25:21. Warwick Academy made a huge splash during the Bermuda School Sports Federation Senior and Middle School Swimming Championships at the National Sports Center yesterday. Warwick left everyone in their wake in winning every division. They were crowned overall senior school champions with 353 points. Saltus Grammar School were a distant second with 259 points. Warwick Academy won the boys division with 195 points, with Saltus second with 134. Warwick won the girls division with 158 points, followed by Saltus with 125, and Bermuda High School finished with 70 points in third place. Warwick easily won the overall middle school title as well with 305 points. Saltus finished second with 191 points, and Summersfield Academy finished third with 128 points. Marvin Brengman competed in the Sky Mount Endurance horse riding event in Tennessee. Brengman on day 1 competed in a 50-mile ride, finishing 11th riding Ringo. Brengman would then compete in a 25-mile ride on day 2 riding Coetta Choir Girl. The pair would finish in first place. The Bermuda Hockey Academy Islanders 2 team are currently 5th in the Northeast Field Hockey Association's Men's League in New York. The Islanders 2 played 2 games in their latest round of matches. They would get field goals off the sticks of Donovan Simmons, Nathan Simons, and Zachariah Marners.
Juicy Bartlett or Bosch Pierce, only 99 cents each. Save $1.10 on a value pack of fresh Purdue chicken leg quarters, $1.79 per pound. Tama spaghetti, $1.69 for a 500-gram package. $3.49 for a 64-ounce bottle of ShopRite apple juice. Save half price on selected varieties of Lay's stacked chips, only $1.21 for a 5.75-ounce tin. Visit our website at www.marketplace.bm for more super specials.
You can count on us. Freezing Brook.
When your car, home, or boat gets damaged, you know you can count on Friesenbrook Meyer Insurance. We provide the best possible coverage at the best possible price, and we will handle your claims efficiently with the kind of friendly service you'd expect from the island's leading insurer. Call Friesenbrook Meyer today for a free quote.
Friesenbrook Meyer, covering possibility.
2 hurricanes have devastated large parts of the Caribbean. Now Bermuda has a chance to help out. On Thursday, October the 12th, Bermuda Broadcasting will host the West Indian Association's live telethon in aid of Caribbean hurricane relief, Give from the Heart. Live from 6 p.m. on ZFB TV 7 and Power 95 FM radio. It will include music, exclusive reports, and eyewitness accounts. Show your support on Thursday and give from the heart.
That's our broadcast for this Wednesday evening. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for watching. Good night.
Jasmine Patterson's wardrobe and makeup is provided by Gibbons Company.